Hello, residents of Gotham, I'm the Joker. Welcome back to Ace Chemicals. The world is a big and scary place, and that's not even counting the places that nobody's ever been to, like a Dave & Buster's, or a Shane Dawson book signing, or Will Toledo's bedroom. And all of this world runs on capitalism, which is kind of like a battle royale, but in real life. Like Fall Guys, but instead of thick bonkus, it's repossession of your house. And most of this capitalism is navigated using physical tender or imaginary money that sits in your Venmo or Gcash, and if you spend it, hopefully nothing bad happens, you know, because Cash App is just an RPG. It's like Sword Art Online. If you die in the app, you die in real life. Yeah, you're dog water at capitalism, kid. Die. However, recently, people who frequent sites like Reddit and sex.com have been looking into an alternative type of currency. What if we could make virtual currency, harnessing only the power of, like, 6 oil spills a year? I mean, sure, it's like pushing a baby dove through a wood chipper every single time you want to send somebody 1/8 of a Dogecoin, but everybody else is doing it. Probably. Oh, but that doesn't make any sense. The internet can't be used for currency. That's where I find tweets about Jason Derulo falling down the stairs at the Met Gala, and mods that add sex cutscenes to the Elder Scrolls 4. Well, what if there is a crazy secure and complex way to store this currency using something called a cockchain? Sorry, cockblock. Blockbuster. No, clockbuster. Blockchain. And what if this mind-meltingly intricate system that uses more resources than Kanye during an album rollout was used to purchase profile pictures of cartoon monkeys? That can't be right. Hi, I'm Ro. Welcome back to my channel. If you subscribe, I will personally drive my roommate's 2004 Toyota Yaris into the blockchain. I will carpet bomb the factory where they pay Swedish engineers to handcraft Bitcoin. How are we all doing today? I'm personally doing sick of this shit. So what am I talking about? NFTs. Non-fungible tokens, baby. Dastardly, satanic computer magic, which is actually what The Sims call it when we download a DLC. The Sims don't want new pets. They want to be free so that they can hog-tie you and drag you to EA headquarters to beam you into the simulation. NFTs have been around since like 2015, but lately we've been experiencing a non-fungible renaissance of sorts. Renaissance like, imagine if the David was a photo of a bull with a fedora on that was drawn in 15 minutes in Procreate. An NFT is essentially the way to create and distribute like one-of-a-kind images on the internet. Well, I mean, that's not exactly right, because the images can be taken by anyone. The greatest criminals of our grandparents' generation were thrown in Alcatraz, yet here I am, sitting in my middlingly comfortable chair that I got from OfferUp after screenshotting $6 billion worth of NFTs. I'm just Fruity Al Capone. Well, maybe he was that already. He was wearing vivacious fedora. Every photo of Al Capone looks like he took the most questionable piece of fashion advice from that week's Queer Eye. Tan France is a domestic terrorist for some of those fits. Anyways, I'm a fugitive of the law, and the cops can't get me yet because their 26-year-old entrepreneurial sons can't make them get what a blockchain is yet. So I'm gonna do what that son could never do, and make his father proud, and also contribute something not casually homophobic to a Socratic seminar. I'm gonna try to explain what blockchain is. Hi, welcome to the ASMR disclaimer part of the video. This is where I disclaim. Since I have a brain the size of a walnut, like a triceratops, I blundered. I made a blunder. I blundered it. I blundered. In this video, I will say Ethereum when I mean Ether. Ether is the cryptocurrency. Ethereum is the blockchain it's stored on. I know that now. I was being... you are allowed to pillage my home with pitchforks and torches if you do see fit, and if you want to, I am also clearing you for hanging a wanted poster on the town quest board for me. Okay, consider yourself disclaimed. Okay, a blockchain is essentially the books from every mafia movie. You know, when Tony checks his books and realizes Antonelli is short 6 pastrami slices this quarter, so he has to beat Donatello's knees with a stale bread of rye. I don't know the mafia. It is, in a sense, collaborative. It's a big system of a bunch of computers on a peer-to-peer system. Peer-to-peer means that they can divide the work between different people, and the computers store records, a bunch of the same records across different systems. And when transactions are completed, they have to be authenticated through these records. That means you can't really trick it because there are a bunch of different copies of the same records that would have to agree with your tricks. Each transaction is a block, and they are strung together in an order that cannot be reversed, so a chain of blocks. Blockchain.
So that's it. What, we some kind of
blockchain? A block consists of its own code, information about the transaction before it, and information about its own transaction. So when you have a bunch of sequential transactions that are verifiable, that means that we can kind of have one-of-a-kind transactions through the internet. Currency that isn't tangible, cryptocurrency. Crypto is the sixth sense for tech guys, where everybody keeps telling somebody else that something is dead, and also Bruce Willis is there somehow. That portrait is $712. But if I throw this dart at the Ethereum bubble just right, I can make it 25. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Pepe coin, bird money, football coin, Dracula token, loser coin, Bob's Repair, Doge fee, Doge Cash, Wrapped Virgin Gen Zero Crypto Kitties. Pegnet? What kind of net are you pegging, bucko? That's freaky. God, all of these cryptocurrencies are named like military protocols that involve killing your twin in utero. Sorry, I got distracted reading the names of cryptocurrencies, which are actually created by throwing a virgin into a lava pool in the middle of Silicon Valley, and the cloud of smoke that emerges from their dead body will spell like Elonesius, like a Lion King Easter egg. Anyways, what I was saying is a lot of cryptocurrencies are stored on the blockchain. And a blockchain is like a Chrome history that you cannot delete. I am sure the Imgur user who purchased Charlie Bit My Finger for $700,000 would love to remove selected items of history from that, but I'd love to introduce them to the consequences of the bullying not working well enough. Those kids on the playground said that you were a pitiful nerd and a bastard, and you didn't listen. And now you own an NFT. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so when you buy a video of a child biting another child on the internet that is the cost of a small Texan city, of course the opposite reaction is, what does it say here? The end of the world. Oh, okay. Ethereum started hosting NFTs in 2015, but they've been exploding as of late. Non-fungible just means that they're one of a kind, which seems dumb and fake as we're on the internet, but fucking here we are. So the largest market for NFTs presently is a website called OpenSea. Speaking of the OpenSea, let's talk about how Florida's finally gonna be underwater, baby. Hi, I'm Dr. Hypocrisy, MD, and I'm here to tell you about how NFT bad for environment. Now, to be clear, the environmental damage is not my chief problem with NFTs. I'm sure that every hour I spend watching Dark Souls speedruns on YouTube is equivalent to, like, hitting an Arctic fox with an ATV. But to be fair, I have to watch those speedruns because if I don't see 3 sequence breaks a day, then my dopamine supply will drop to Joni Mitchell listening levels. Drop harder than Ethereum prices in 8 months. Got 'em. Listen, 8 months from now, when the highest yielding Ethereum miner is crowned Emperor of the United States, please don't execute me. That was prophetic satire. I do not want to be on the chopping block chain. And the chopping blockchain is actually executions hosted securely on a network of secured systems, sort of like a digital ledger. Yeah, so right now, Ethereum isn't very pog for the environment. A single Ethereum transaction can use as much energy as a US household does in a week. Earlier this year, Ethereum was estimated to use like 45,000 gigawatts of energy per year, which for reference is higher than like 160 countries in their like measured annual energy use. But who am I to judge, right? The people at Apple have to curb stomp a Blue Jay every single time I boot up Clash of Clans on my phone, so the exchange rate is about equal. Crypto isn't great for the environment. In fact, at one point, Elon Musk stopped accepting Bitcoin for Teslas out of environmental concern, which is crazy because I thought he ran on fossil fuel. Elon Musk accepted Bitcoin for Tesla. Good Lord. That is a cornucopia of buzzwords. That's funny, when I just said that, I actually could hear the sound of thousands of Robinhood users foaming at the mouth like rabid dogs, echoing through the canyons of Southern California. Of course, they're trying to make Ethereum use less energy, because every single tweet that dunks on its energy use is equivalent to a tragic black and white photo of a duckling covered in oil to BP's senior publicist. Honestly, they're probably doing this so that people who are on the fence about crypto will finally jump into the deep end and find themselves drowning in the type of women who find day trading irresistible. So people who are interested in being the most insufferable person at a Christmas party, but are also concerned about energy consumption. Elliot, please stop trying to explain blockchain to my newborn son. Where the fuck did you get Dogecoin flashcards? What do you mean you minted my son as an NFT? No, that's fine, but you only got 3 Ethereum? Give me my OpenSea account. No, I'm fucking fixing this. Also, earlier when I said 45,000 gigawatts, I guess it's prone to fluctuation and estimate because Digiconomists list it as 76,000 gigawatts, and another source around like 62,000 gigawatts for this year. According to Digiconomist, it is comparable to the carbon footprint of New Zealand, but that's fine. New Zealand uses most of its yearly power supply either producing Lord's next album or keeping her in cryogenic sleep for the next one. She's kind of like esoteric Walt Disney. Side note, here's a picture of one of the creators of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin. In case you were looking extra hard, yes, he was a sophomore at your high school when you graduated. This man is the clip art on the cover of a Bumble and Bumble hair gel called Rugged and Endearing. If I studied this man's picture for a semester of college and then I had to pick him out of a police lineup of men with haircuts that were also done by birds making a nest, I would fail. If he did a Steve Jobs outfit, he would just look like a stage manager. Listen, I'm not even critiquing his looks. He's like a decently attractive guy. He has that stylistically malnourished look, which is in right now. Put a beanie and a Carhartt hoodie on him, he could be an e-boy. This is your brain on Ethereum, guys. be careful. Sorry, I'm just trying to come up with things to say about him, but he just looks like your average, like, lanky side character from a dystopian YA novel movie adaptation. According to this website, he's an influencer. So he is an e-boy after all. I have to compete with this guy? Vitalik Buterin sounds like the name for store brand Cialis. I'm done. He's fine. He seems like a nice guy. He looks like an extra from an Airheads commercial. I will Sid from Toy Story if you went to sports clips. I'm done, actually. He's a skinny white guy with a middling haircut. You get the point. He could be worse. He's autistic. He donated $1 billion of COVID relief funds to India and cryptocurrency, which resulted in that cryptocurrency tanking like 50% in the market with his donation. So he could be worse. Still a billionaire, so you got to bring him down a peg. Anyways, cryptocurrency, a little bit rough on the environment. Is it as bad for the earth as other industries? No. But once I was in a car when my mom hit a raccoon and I started crying, so I'm not gonna partake personally. I'm kind of like an empath for the natural world, I don't know. Also, other industries being worse doesn't mean that Ethereum is automatically great. The guy who called me a slur when I was going to get euros the other day didn't stab me with an ice pick, but I probably wouldn't chum it up with him at a party. What am I gonna do, ask him his hobbies? They're calling me slurs. If I went outside more, that would probably be a competitive scene. If you laughed at that, you're fucked up. This is probably going to be a hefty section because this is just a lovely comedic tiramisu that is desperately asking for a chortle-worthy bite. Looking at NFTs is kind of like drinking milk from my funny bone. Yeah, no, I wrote that. This shit is kind of ridiculous. The idea of somebody buying like an MP4 file that makes the ice caps melt is like if every single time I made an Amazon Prime order, they launched an asteroid at the moon that fucked up the tides a little bit. So there are the more well-known NFT sales like Bad Luck Brian, Disaster Girl, Neon Cat, etc. But where the market really shines is on Twitter. Yes, much like Minecraft streamers you've never heard of or Ted Cruz on 9/11, the NFT community is way more active than you'd expect on Twitter. I got the idea for this video scrolling through the Twitter timeline as an innocent bystander one day when I was turned into a witness to what I could only assume was a heinous financial crime. Wow, just bought this Lazy Lions NFT, tweeted by Sandre 37083757 on October 1st at 1:05 a.m. I'm being particular about the details because I'm filling out a police report in my head about this. The image I show you next might cause Seth MacFarlane to create a My Little Pony-esque miniseries, so please be careful about showing this to him. Now, I know what you're thinking. Thank God the 8th graders who animate Big Mouth on their Chromebooks were allowed out of their sweatshop and are now pursuing NFTs. However, please withhold those rude, snarky quips. Come on, let's be polite here. We're in the presence of fine art. Fine art is in, like, if the kid in your class sketched this during a bio lecture, you'd be like, yeah, that's fine. This is like one step down from a Pop Tropica avatar. Please sit down for the next piece of information I'm going to tell you. This is a part of a sick and demented NFT project called Lazy Lions, who has sold thousands of these images as NFTs. I expect you to react to this the same way that, like, a superhero responds to finding out that his queer-coded villain Nemesis has poisoned the city's water supply. These Lazy Lions are being sold for thousands of dollars, which is fucked up at this point. I wish the creators just actually released a pathogen into a local reservoir, because this is, like, worse. This is a dastardly plague on Twitter. They say they've traded 4.6 thousand Ethereum worth of Lazy Lion items, which is $52 million. Oh, I'm gonna be fucking sick. Making this video and converting the Ethereum every 15 minutes was kind of like watching Squid Game. But somehow someone spending this money on a photo of a cartoon lion with a propeller hat is worse than, like, somebody being shot in the face for failing red light, green light. Did you know that somebody actually has a car horn out there? That's crazy. They should use that more. There are 3 Lazy Lions listed at a price of 420.69 Ethereum, which would be funny, but then I realized that is $1.5 million, and my blood reached a temperature at which I was able to prepare a delightful farfalle in it. This is just almost beyond parody. And of course, the waking nightmare that is the Lazy Lions sales page has drifted into the reality of Twitter, which is like Freddy Krueger hitting you with a Pontiac while you're awake. This shit isn't fair. Stay in your realm. Lazy Lions has branded itself as the NFT community for kings, and users end their messages with #roar when they message each other. I am not joking. They all follow each other on Twitter and claim they're a part of the Pride. Okay, let's be real here. I'm convinced this is a long con psyop, that this is an elaborate scheme pulled up by a deep state undercover furry to indoctrinate the maximum amount of people. You know what? Screw the gay agenda, or whatever. This is far richer in potential. They have a bunch of tech millennials branding their Twitter accounts with their personas and only following other people with persona profile pictures. And then hashtagging pride. Maybe this is the gay agenda, the gay furry agenda. Finally, something good coming out of the NFT space. It says something that the only way we got men to participate in a community was by making them all fan art profile pictures. I feel like most day traders would do really well on like fandom Twitter. Can you imagine if Martin Shkreli never did any of that stuff and just Kind Bakugo, a pleasant headcanon, Warren Buffett as a Steven Universe role player. Anyways, discovering Lazy Lions on my timeline was like finding a corpse in my front yard, and then discovering Bored Ape Yacht Club was like picking up that body to realize that it is a babushka doll full of dead bodies. What the fuck is this? What is this? If you look at one of these for too long, you develop appendicitis, and if you buy it, your appendix bursts before you can get into surgery. Whatever a mutant ape is, it is objectively sacrilege. The homepage for this NFT project is like a gravesite for Curious George's least fuckable cousins. Did not mean to insinuate that I wanted to fuck Curious George. To be clear, if anybody from the Curious George multiverse should be getting laid, it should be the lanky yellow man. He's worldly and has a unique love for yellow monochrome, which implies a piss king. I feel like he's the kind of guy that just has to flick his penis before sex to extend it like a lightsaber, and then after he's done, he closes it like a police baton. Anyways, moving on. Sorry. I'm not trying to say that this image here is the end of civilization, but when has someone said, check out this gif of Cheetah Gang warlords smoking DMT, and then not immediately been swallowed by the earth? This is a false idol to trigger the rapture. Changed my mind. These all work the same way. It's just a base ape, and then you put like goggles on its eyes, or draw it doing kratom, or like heating Benadryl on a stove. This is just unbelievably lazy. This is sloth, the seventh deadly sin. Actually, this isn't a sloth, it's a monkey. Thank you, that'll be $30 for a ticket to the comedy show and $8,000 for a handling and services fee. Here is fine arts dealer Christie's advertising a live bid for a randomly generated cartoon monkey. Imagine showing up to Christie's in your finest Brooks Brothers three-piece suit and going home with a USB drive that contains the storyboard for Fox's shittiest American Dad spinoff. Why are so many of them smoking weed? What is the deal with this shit? Oh, God. If you ever catch me saying, I'm the coldest motherfucker in this space, I don't give a fuck about owning photos of cartoon monkeys, I need you to euthanize me. The brain worm has taken control of my frontal cortex. They have traded 182,000 Ethereum worth of these. Oh my fucking God. Steph Curry bought one of these for $180,000. Steph, you don't need friends from the Bored Ape community. You're one of the most famous people alive. Who told you needed to do this? Somebody tweeted, NFT profiles are the new blue check mark. I'm not gonna lie, the womb was really comfortable. Why did I have to leave? God never mentioned Ethereum mining before he sent me down. Just coal mining. A lot of coal mining. Weird side note, God loves coal mining. It's because Lucifer designed canaries. Every single one of these profile pictures needs to be marked as sensitive content because I am deeply disturbed. Who are the people who get these profile pictures? I think I need to go undercover. There are two things I know about every NFT collector so far. One is that they seem to have a lot more spending money than me. Come on. And two is that these have to be the first drawings they've ever seen. Because why would you buy this if it wasn't? This is a discounted furry commission. This is what you get when you know the artist has a flat tire and you really just commissioned them to help them fix it. That's good. No, I don't need any revisions. Yeah, I know it's free for the first round. I know you need the car. Now just take the money. It's okay. So I decided to go undercover to find out what it was really all about. Oh, brother. To be completely transparent, I was expecting to find a bunch of undercover billionaires laundering money who would agree to fund me for the rest of my life because I'm a benevolent, fun-loving trickster. So I made myself a Lazy Lions Twitter account. Listen, I know the joke is old, but I legitimately just scrolled to a random point on the Lazy Lions NFT website and chose a lion that nobody had bid on yet, and not a single person questioned me on it. It would have taken one reverse image search to have exposed me as a master of disguise. But who's gonna double check to make sure that my wretched abomination is the real thing? I'm telling you, if we ran this like a police report, we could DNA test every individual monkey illustration as it was uploaded. So there I was, anonymous, walking into the NFT Twitter orgy. I feel like NFT Twitter is eyes wide shut if nobody got laid, and instead of masks, it was fursuits. All right, Lazy Lions account created. We're taking this to the moon. Gonna turn my hardships into hard yachts. That sucks. Hold on, wait, they have a website. This looks like the Club Penguin homepage. Why is the art so low resolution? This is the exact art style of Bloons Tower Defense. I'm getting lost here, sorry. Okay, first thing I noticed is that some people just reply to other people with photos of their lazy lions. So chattiness is low. I now know that Snoop Dogg has an NFT profile picture. Why is it the pixelated man? Why not a lion? He was literally Snoop Lion. All right, this tweet is incredibly telling of the NFT community. So we have our answer to why people like this. It's basically like trading stocks in a very distanced format. If instead of letters for a stock name, it was just the worst digital art you've ever seen in your entire life. So yeah, it's a money thing, but a very specific ritualistic money thing then? I had to find out more. Good news, they have NFTs of cats smoking weed. So here's the thing about NFTs being like stocks that you hold on to. Of course, people talk about waiting for the prices to rise and fall, going to the moon, risk reward of holding on to different NFTs for a while, and even how they could increase the value or contribute to the growth of their own NFTs. But there's also a lot of talk about community and talk about the designs of the individual lions. One of the tweets, "I'm obsessed with 3D glasses and can't believe this is up for auction." And he has attached an OpenSea link to a lion wearing 3D glasses. Okay. There seems to be a weird crossover between people who passively collect the art for financial purposes and people who seem to have stake in the art itself, liking different aspects of it. Or maybe the people who have stake in the art itself have stake in the monetary value of the different aspects. Because different accessories, hairstyles, colorways can be more or less rare. And in the future, that rareness might fluctuate. So I followed probably over 100 people on this account, and I have been DMing them. I feel a little bad about this because they think I'm like a crypto bro in my mid-20s, but I must do what I must do for the groundbreaking investigative journalism I'm completing. If this doesn't get me a Pulitzer, I'm definitely going to take somebody hostage. Surprisingly, the first person I DM'd was actually very sweet, and that's something I've noticed being in this community. Like, everybody is very positive and supportive. I suppose in communities like this, usually we'd run into some sort of like misogyny, racism, etc., but when everybody has a randomly generated persona profile picture, they kind of just become non-issues. So I asked this guy how long he'd been a part of the Pride, and he said only about 3 weeks, but I should be able to get to know everyone if I join the Discord. Oh yeah, baby. How could there not be a Discord? You heard Dogecoin and thought this type of person would not frequent a gamer messaging app? For shame. Your naivety will be punished. He was genuinely very welcoming though, and I didn't sense like any bad energy coming from him. You know, aside from his very obvious financial decision to purchase a completed coloring sheet of a lion for several $1,000s. So I said thanks, and I went and I joined the Discord server. And this shit is very sweet. Good morning, Kings. Have a great weekend. Very happy with the rewards. Thanks, team. Good night, Kings. There's a lot of like, good morning, good night, like have a great weekend. It's kind of cute. To all kings and queens who are with us during this, thank you all. We all have made it possible to get this far and allowed lazy lions to change our lives. I just recorded the last 20 minutes of this video and then realized I wasn't recording audio. I'm gonna eat this banana really quick. People talking about engaging with the team. There's an entire chat dedicated to throwing ideas to the team. Because in the end, this is a community built on obtaining and holding an artistic asset. And if that artistic asset grows in value, it benefits all of them. Well, how exactly does it grow in value then? Well, through them strengthening the brand and community. And that's exactly what they're doing on Twitter. Constant interaction, engagement, replies. This is not a purely social move or the move of like a delusional person who thinks they're an 18th century aristocrat buying a Delacroix. It is a financially literate move. They're trying to increase the value of their holdings by increasing the reputability of the brand. This is interesting because I don't see anything like this from stock bros. And it might be because stock bro communities are like less tightly knit, but I'm pretty sure it's probably just because the size of companies being invested in by stock bros makes repping the brand obsolete. So this sort of social, community-oriented structure of profile pictures and followbacks and hashtagging becomes the marketing strategy. And it's working. There are thousands of people in this Discord constantly chatting about their next financial moves and investments. It is a marketing strategy pleasantly disguised as a community. And that is not to say that it's not a community at all. I've seen people talk about how welcoming and cool people had been. I've even seen people talking about the death of their family members and other people, you know, consoling them. It's not just a strategy. But I feel a level of our analysis on this community from the outside is ignoring that all of this shit that they're doing that we think is just unbelievable and weird and gimmicky is probably profitable for them. Now, I don't want this to be mistaken for me endorsing crypto. Still the opposite. I don't like cryptocurrency. I don't want there to be more forms of monetary inequality through the internet. And I especially do not want individual images on the internet to be commodified. You know, the internet was interesting because it gave us an opportunity to spit in the face of capitalism. Content here is free. We can discuss the shit we want, upload our own thoughts, and get them in front of people. When you post a photo, other people can download it. When you upload a song, other people can listen. A lot of the stuff we enjoy on the internet for free is not in the best interest of capitalism. The way I see it, cryptocurrency and NFTs can be used short-term, surely, to make some people some great profits and compensate some artists, but more currency and commodification is not the solution to capitalist inequality. There is no solution to capitalism inside of capitalism. Oh yeah, why don't we just make 2,000 new currencies and then bet on them like racehorses? That's a great idea.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. We're not horses.
What? No, the NFTs are horses.
Those aren't horses either. Those are lions and monkeys, I thought. Are we, what's that?
No, it's a turn of phrase.
What's turning? Did you say something is turning?
What are you talking about?
Hey, Abbott and Costello called. They want their bit back.
Jesus Christ, you smell like dog.
Oh, so now it's my fault that I room with a dog? I'm sorry.
You live with me. Do you have a dog?
Yeah, who do you think pays rent, buddy?
What?
Oh, Abbott and Costello called and they want their bit
No,
back.
I get that part. Abbott and Costello have been dead for decades. It doesn't even make sense.
What? Wait, who's on the phone then? Who are you?
Guys, I'm gonna level. Can you please leave me alone? I want to finish my YouTube video.
Oh, Mrs. Big Shot
I'm sorry to
YouTuber
get in
doesn't
your way,
have
Your
time for
Highness.
us
I'm
anymore,
sorry to have a
doesn't
big
care about
YouTube
us,
video to
doesn't
film.
love us,
I'm
doesn't
sorry
want
that
us
you
to
don't
find
have time
success.
Okay, how about this? Who's paying you guys? Huh?
You're not paying us at all, so grapple with that moral dilemma while you're at it, okay?
Fine then, I don't care. Both of you. You're both fired. And now I'm alone again. Sorry, somebody in the Discord server just said, that blue beard is so hot in reference to a lion. What do you mean by that? Someone also said they're not a fan of cops. Okay, based Lazy Lions Discord. I have a sort of theory of why people frequent these spaces surrounding NFT communities, and it could be correct, or I could be a misguided freak of nature. Maybe both. I've been known to emerge from pods. I think that people crave social spaces, and on Wall Street or in stock trading circles, the social spaces are golf games with excruciating sexual tension, or hunting endangered animals, or making your pool boys fist fight to the death. But crypto is smaller, tighter knit, and NFT communities especially are expected to contribute to their own success. Not only that, but these people are crypto nerds. They don't go outside, they don't have assistants investing stuff. This is probably just all them working on this, and finding somebody else who has this incredibly niche interest is probably really gratifying considering how much time they think about it, and then the people in their life just have no idea what's going on. Who would have thought that the most human part of this all would be the lions? This is really just a furry psyop. It has to be. Just got a direct message about an NFT energy drink. I am going to rip my mane out. Hair out. I'm gonna rip my hair out. There is no roleplay room in the Lazy Lions mansion. There is no roleplay room in the Lazy Lions mansion. What have I learned today, huh? Well, I know what blockchain is, and now I will be explaining this to every single person at an experimental noise music house show that I go to ever. I will be the world's first crypto they. I learned that NFTs are incredibly profitable. I mean, that Bored Ape Yacht Club that I mentioned earlier has an all-time volume of over $1 billion, according to nonfungible.com, and earlier projects like CryptoPunk are already over $1.4 billion, which makes me want to choke on my own spit. And the people advising you on these massive financial decisions all have profile pictures of monkeys and lions and the Joker. I don't even know what the equivalent to this would have been 15 years ago, like a stockbroker showing up to a financial advisory meeting in a clown outfit on all fours panting like a sick dog. A lot of the stuff on this journey didn't even make sense to me. Case in point, this. Is he calling the current investors degens and gamblers? Does he think it's pump and dump right now, but if he waits like 8 years, it'll come up green? Maybe. I don't, who am I to tell him wrong, right? Oh, great. Yeah, one of the top replies is from someone selling dogs in diapers NFTs. Super awesome. You know, I think the world getting so absurd at such a quick rate has done something to the fabric of space-time, because after having researched all of this, my brain just feels like it's been sitting in a bathtub and my entire mind is pruned. Every new NFT tweet I saw was like having my teeth punched out. And then when the algorithm saw me holding my teeth, it stole them from me and planted them and grew new teeth and then put those back into my mouth and then punched them out again. That's actually what a wisdom teeth operation is. Pump and dump scheme, but for teeth. Do not trust dentists. I guess above all, I learned that the people that I thought were NFT NPCs are real people with hopes and dreams. Probably. They didn't talk about the hopes and dreams that much. It was mostly about, like, how this lion was smoking DMT. Also, there's an NFT for women. Just randomly generated women. A suggestion, if you're buying one of these, try randomly generating a girlfriend. Please. Jesus Christ. The world of NFTs and crypto is fascinating and undeniably a lot deeper than what I've just delved into today. I'm not super interested in getting acquainted with it all, but that's fine, I think. What is life but a cryptocurrency that we exchange for experiential NFTs? Living off the blockchain Ethereum in my veins, looking for a fellow crypto head who will funge my token for the rest of my days. You know, monogamy coin. And death is a liquidation exit strategy for the private investor of my soul. I think what this is also confirmed for me is that NFT Twitter is garishly similar to high school cliques. Side note, I always hated it when people said, oh, this school is pretty cliquey. Like, yeah, that's how children work. They hate each other. Anyways, maybe Lazy Lions are the theater kids that I've been looking for all along, constantly posting their own headshots and talking about a bright future that they have no way of being confident in. Twitter is a main stage, and Discord is the wings. And then me, rudely talking in the front row while playing Brick Breaker on my BlackBerry. In all seriousness, I don't want to rag on anybody who's just trying to get by. I don't want to insult anybody who's just out there looking for community, no matter how corny. Because in the end, what do we have, really? I mean, no one wants to come home to an empty house. The people I found on this journey weren't NFT weirdos. They were spouses and part-time dishwashers, and they were people. People who realized that the only way out was deeper into the rabbit hole, deeper into this enveloping, opaque, technically obsessed internet community. And I suppose it's hardest to find community when you spend your day inside, staring at a screen, wondering if the numbers you made a bet on this morning will pay off tonight. Is that all there is to life? Luck and longing? One can't help but hope that there's something else, that this means something, that it's not just an uphill battle for the sake of the view. At the end of the day, everybody just wants people who will sit with us around a campfire as the fire turns to sparks and the logs to charcoal and the darkness of the night swallows us. We're all afraid of being trapped, sure, but we're all mortified of being trapped alone. So I guess the people in this video that I'm talking about are me, in a sense, so I may be biased because I want to see me find comfort and love and home, and I want to find a way back to the simplicity of before, and I'm not sure if there is one. I just hope whatever they're looking for isn't as skin deep as it seems. And I hope they find it, because nobody wants to go through any of this life shit alone. So who am I to call them shut-ins, or say they spend all their time online, or say they don't talk to people? We share 9/10 of our sadness, and in 30 years, all of us will know the quiet defeat of wanting to reach out to an old friend, but realizing you've forgotten their username. Well, if you've made it this far, you might as well subscribe. Just kidding, you're not cool enough to eat lunch with us. Go kick rocks, fucking loser. Double, just kidding. You're welcome to subscribe if you'd like to. No pressure to, though, only if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching and exploring the weird world of NFTs and cryptos with me. All of you have a lovely day. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. And remember that you are loved. Until next time, it has been a pleasure. Bye.